Hello everyone, welcome back to Mordor, the Depths of Dejenol Tips and Tricks. I'm Mithril Zenith, and today we're going to be talking about level 2. Dungeon level 2. So, I've already cast my spells, so I'm already ahead of the curve, except for I didn't cast Resist Draining. There we go. Dungeon level 2 is quite a bit more difficult than level 1, I will say that much. Generally, if you're first starting out, you're gonna want to be in the teens at least, possibly level 20, before really going down to level 1, or level 2. Sorry, down to level 1. A good marker of if you'll be able to survive decently in level 2 is if you can kill the aboleth on level 1. Which would be right here, but once again is not. It's a pretty good marker for if you can survive level 2. If you can kill that aboleth, you can probably survive a decent amount of level 2. A general rule of thumb that I've heard is that if you can clear out an entire level, an entire floor, in a single dungeon run, you're probably ready for the next run, for the next floor. And that's also be careful of getting pinned, because as monsters have more hit points, they're going to be worth more experience, and you're going to pin faster and get experience faster. So if you're already collecting experience at a decent rate in level 1, you don't really need to go down to level 2. But anyway, that's basic discussion out of the way. That's kind of what preparation. To go down to level 2, you will probably want basic weapons. Not the weapons from the store. You're gonna want like iron daggers or something of that nature. And you're probably gonna want like second tier of equipment, so like padded leather armor. Basically, you'll want stuff that you can find in the dungeon, not stuff that's just given out basically for free at the shop. Because, first of all, some monsters start having weapon resistance. Not many, but there are a few, like were-rats and whatnot. And you're going to want to be able to kill those. And second of all, you're going to want the extra defense points from the higher level armor, so you don't take quite as much damage, so you don't die. As far as resistances go, generally you don't need resistances on level 2, although certain zombie groups, particularly on stud squares, can paralyze and drain you, so think about those resistances. But aside from that, there are two ways to get to level 2 easily. There's this staircase, which is generally the staircase you're gonna want to use. And then there's... Oh wait, that's not trapped at all. Shouldn't even bother with opening it, but whatever. There's this staircase all the way up here. Which you can also take. I mean, technically, there's also the idiot's route of the chute. But the chute just takes you straight down one floor, and that's it. Let's begin by going down the staircase you're probably going to go down. The first time you go to floor 2, and most of the times you're going to go to floor 2. And that's this one right here. First thing you'll notice is that monsters start coming more commonly in groups of 2. And the first monster in the group will generally be of the stronger type. Oh, whoops, that is a magic ring. I don't want to waste charges of that. I'm so used to my other characters. Magic spells will start becoming useful here as you're gonna start facing bigger groups of monsters sometimes. You're gonna start fighting your first demons. Is it demons or devils? I don't remember which one is what. All I know is that they're different. Ants are a big thing. They come in large groups and can poison you. That's one reason you're going to want a spell like Dazzle or something. Just something to get rid of large groups of enemies. Because in melee combat, especially without multiple swings, they're going to take a long time to kill. If you look at the map, you have a lake down here. I'll talk about the teleporters in a minute. This lake just has some basic water monsters. Keu, Yanmos, giant frogs, couple dungeon pikes. Nothing too dangerous though. It's a pretty decent sized lake. So it's alright if you want to get some experience. Not really much treasure worth much there. If you'll notice though on the map, you're going to need to travel through secret doors, more so starting in this level. Right behind the starting staircase is one. Up here, this room will look like a dead end, but it really has two secret doors. This one here, and this one here. This goes to floor 3, so your quickest route is to take these stairs and just wrap around up through and take the secret door over here. Outside of that, if you were to take the upper stairs, which are quite a lot farther away comparatively, you have a decent opening room, a couple different branches. As you'll notice, on the eastern side especially, there are a lot of pits just scattered throughout. It's kind of dangerous. Yeah. The stud square up here, where you can fight some level 3 monsters. The chute will actually take you to this room right here. So if you fall down the chute, this is where you'll end up. And so to get out, you're going to need to travel down and right, oh, left, whatever, south and west. These two rooms, this one, not that one, but this room and this room very often have green slimes. So be ready to kill them quickly or take massive acid damage. They're some of the highest damaging monsters in floor 2. This room commonly has Horda giants, which have a decent chance of dropping a white sash, which white sashes are cursed items that only take like 1 gold to realign or to uncurse, but give you several charges, like 20 to 30 something, of... Well, sashes give you powerful spells. White sash gives you Summon Shade, which is a mind spell that damages or kills 7 monsters in 4 groups. So it's pretty nice. Surprised we haven't run into any gremlins yet, because red gremlins begin appearing on floor 2. They're invisible thieves, which come in 4 groups and are pretty fast and steal all your stuff and are pretty annoying. So that's another big thing. Have invisible. Be able to see invisible if you're going down to level 2, because gremlins, red gremlins are going to get you, brown tykes, enchanters, whatnot. I don't even know what all monsters are invisible, but I know that a lot more invisible monsters start coming in at level 2. This corner up here is really good experience because you're going to see slavers in this first room, a slave masher in this second room, and then the quote-unquote boss, not a warrior. Normally there's a slave driver with up to 3 groups of slavers in this room, who can drop a slaver's whip, which is an artifact that can cast Charm Humanoid at a decent level. So that's something. The slave driver and her slaver companions can do quite a bit of damage, so be very careful. But they're still only melee opponents and can go down fairly easily. If you get a white sash, use that, and you'll be pretty much set. Outside of that, there's not too much to say about unique monsters. They're, like I said, the main stairs you're going to use for floor 3 are here, or there's a second set of stairs to floor 3 over here, which is really easy to get to if you have Ethereal Portal, because you just walk through that wall right there, and then you're there. Now I think it's time to talk about teleporters. There are a couple teleporters on floor 2. These two in this room, they're blocked by doors, so if you try to enter this room without Ethereal Portal, you're gonna get teleported elsewhere. Now, I'm just gonna show you. It's just another room, there's nothing fancy in this room. If you hit the north teleporter, it'll take you to floor 3. It's a set point teleporter. It will always do this. If you hit this teleporter when you're low level, it's likely to kill you. So again, this teleporter right here takes you to floor 3. It just doesn't even move you across the map, it just takes you straight down one floor. Best way to get up is to just do that and get out. This teleporter on the south side of this room takes you straight up one floor. It takes you to floor 1. So it's puts you quite close to the stairs to town. And if you want to come back, just go south and do this. I guess now that I'm here, I can just take a different staircase. And there we go, the staircase right here. Which you don't actually have to go through secret doors from this staircase to get through. Actually, I think you still do. No, you don't. It's just a really long path. Because the path you'd have to take goes all the way out here. This massive field of anti-magic squares is actually a chain of linked rooms. That's a pit right there. A pit in anti-magic. This is where they start stacking multiple types of squares on you. Notable features include this room, which every wall is a secret door. Every wall. Oh, giant ravens. Those are bad news. Every wall of this square is a secret door. So, do not trust your upper map. Believe only the auto map. And when trying to find secret doors, just honestly press against every wall until you find something, because chances are, 9 times out of 10, you won't actually detect the secret door before you go through it. But as soon as you go through it, it'll mark it on your map. Yeah, there's nothing much special here. I mean, there's this long hallway you can get to somehow on the far right side. That doesn't really have anything special about it. That's just a giant anti-magic cluster. So mages don't try to train over there. Now this teleporter, I believe, is another group teleporter. It is. It's a group teleporter. It'll teleport you to floor 1. Again, it's a teleporter that just goes straight down, well, straight up 1 floor. Doesn't teleport you to the side basically at all. It's another just quick escape button for if you're having trouble. But again, there's pits blocking it, so I would recommend having the ability to levitate if you're exploring much of floor 2. Because the pits, as you get deeper into the dungeon, will do more and more damage. Oh, I forgot to mention, level 2 generally respawns at a rate of about 10 minutes per room. Level 1 was about 5 to 6. This is about 10 or so minutes. Each floor generally should, in the game, take about 5 more minutes to respawn. Red gremlins, these things. Hear that noise? Yeah, that's the sound of red gremlins. Well, the sound of mythicals, which red gremlins are. Yeah, that teleporter takes you north. Not north. I just read the word north. Takes you to floor 1. This teleporter down here, the last teleporter in the... Oh, slavers, nice. Yeah, this teleporter down here is a randomized teleporter. If you hit it, you will split up your party and it'll separate you randomly all throughout floor 2. I guess I'll just... I don't want to split up my party again, so I'm just going to leave everyone and then just show you with my healer. See, I'm here now. But if I go again, I'll be somewhere different. How to get up there again? Levitation's also really nice so you don't drown. Yeah, slightly different location. Don't want to face vomitous goos outside of in an anti-magic area because they come in large stacks. Dangerous monsters to look out for on level 2 are definitely the slimes. Vomitous goos, green slimes. Some can paralyze you, most will do acid damage. So you might consider resist acidity if you don't have any spells and a high enough dex to avoid getting first hit. They're not too strong defensively, but offensively they can hurt. And, oh, something I should mention is that apparently resistances are only half as effective against natural attacks. So slime attacks, dragon's breath, that sort of thing are only affected 50% by resistances. Anyway, the last thing to talk about, level 2, if I can remember how to get there, was it really just that way? Was I on the right way? Is the chute of level 2. Which is right here. Which apparently has multiple enemy spawns in its room. That was weird. Sometimes spawn points are weird. But apparently this entryway is a different spawn point than the rest of the room. Yeah, this is a chute. I can take it because I'm flying. This will take you straight down into the swamp of level 3. So, be wary of that. Because if you're down here, it's going to take quite a bit to get back up to level 2. That chute is almost a certain death sentence for a low-level party. Oh, come on. Keep pressing the wrong buttons. I don't think there's too much else to worry about level 2. Again, notable monsters are the slimes, which are going to be dangerous. The slave groups in the top left are going to be your best source of experience for lower level parties. All the way up until like 30s, 40s, even 50s, I'd say they're a decent source of experience. And they respawn every 10 minutes, so start your dungeon loop here, and then even if you go through the rest of level 2 or level 3, come back at the end to just mop them up again. Oh, and this room also frequently has a Nomina in it instead of a Slave Masher, so keep that in mind. Yeah, that's a Slave Driver. They also drop Unicorn Horns, which are artifacts which give you disease and poison resist, which are nice. They're not required by any means, but they definitely reduce your chance of getting diseased or poisoned by monster attacks. Yeah, a lot of animals still in floor 2. Horde giants, watch for them because they can drop white sashes. Go to the slavers to get slavers' whips and unicorn horns. Slaves are worth a lot of experience. Yeah, outside of that, is there any other things that I missed? Not really. Yeah, just watch out for secret doors. You want to be levitating. If there's one spell, well, if there's 2 spells that you will really want, it's at level 2, it's Feather Essence and See Invisible. So either get yourself an Amulet of Ultravision, or just cast the 2 from a Seeker or Sorcerer or Wizard. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Mithril Zenith, and this has been a tour of level 2. If you have any other tips you want to add, leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions on things I might not have covered, ask away. And until next time, enjoy dungeon crawling, everyone. Happy Halloween.